We're just in for a coffee, if that's okay. We'll go over here. Thank you. We'll take this offside. Let's go over this side just now. You can give me a... Sure. Now, I do have something to tell you. Aye. I've told a little white lie, and I've got you here on false pretenses. You are known as a force of nature, respected as a force of nature in the north. And the impact that you've had in golf in Scotland and the Highlands is incredible. So, I'm delighted to tell you that you're here today because you have won the Lifetime Achievement Award at Scottish Golf for 2026. You got me all choked up there. I couldn't even look at it.
Willie MacKay, Willie Hook, he's known as. Yes, if I could meet anybody else in the country with the same enthusiasm and even knowledge of golf as Willie, I would like to meet him because I think he's one of a kind. I think they destroyed the mould when they made Willie.
Back then, 25 odd years ago, that's when I first met Willie, and using the right phrasing, I've loved him ever since because of what he does. He's somebody you want to aspire to because of his passion. You know, whatever it is he asks you, or whatever it is he's been asked to do, there's always enthusiasm. You know, it's no's never an answer for Willie. It's how can we?
Yes, Willie MacKay, I met when I was an active schools coordinator, and he got very involved with the active schools. You know, he came to every one of our sort of 2 monthly meetings and did some first club golf and made sure that we all introduced it to P6s in the whole of Highland, and would keep us posted as to, you know, what the graph was like until we got it 100%.
Willie's personality is one that you just can't stop yourself becoming aligned to his enthusiasm, his zest for life, his zest for the game of golf and for helping people that want to improve golf in the Highlands was tremendous.
Willie will be very embarrassed. He'll not believe it's him, and he'll say it wasn't me, it was all the other people who did it. You know, and that's another thing that Willie, he talks about the team and about the effort everyone puts in, and I think that's another lesson we can learn. You can't do it on your own. He never did it on his own, but he was leading everybody else to make it happen.
Okay, boss. It feels totally unsurreal, unexpected. Wonder why. You think of all the volunteers you worked with over the years who really have done so much of their own time, their family time to it. And honoured, thankful for all the support I had within Scottish Golf and the colleagues, and it's great to see Scottish Golf building up a team and at the forefront of developing youngsters, bringing women into golf. Fantastic. So I think I would have been 30 when my wife got me membership at golf clubs, and I got out with some two lovely gentlemen, Nelson Patterson and Ali Manson, on Sundays after church. Tips they give you is not what you find in a book. It's when you get out to the ninth here and you're fishing into the wind, which is behind you all the time, and Nelson would whisper and he says, "Willie, don't hit it harder, just hit it better." Stays with you. And then I got the chance after teaching for 33 years of a phone call in the gym one day asking me to join this committee, which is a big long name, but looking at Junior Ryder Cup. And got to know Hamish Gray, who's head of Scottish Golf at the time. From that I head on to a 23-month secondment, which, speaking at the right time to the right people, I managed to egg out for 17 years before they really found me out. And it was sad to leave it, but it was the right time to leave. Could I step back into it now? I'd love to, but I've had my day. Been married now for 56 years, and that lady has put up with an awful lot of my enthusiasm for helping and for other things, and my kids, but we're as close as we were when we married. She has got control most of the time. At least she tells me she has, and I think I would agree that. But I'm very grateful for all that my family have done for me to help me and allow me to enjoy my working life. I still think, why me? I know I've done a lot, but it's all the people who have done so much with me and for me. I think that it is the people that you work with, the Dougie Slaters, the Stuart Fotheringhams. It's more than just friendships. There's a bond. They don't believe me that my clock on my laptop is totally wrong. I just can't get it fixed. But Neil had a quiet word with me, and most of the time I tend to obey it, is that, could you not maybe get up early in the morning and just save it in your drafts folder, Willie? So they're still composed pretty early. It's a 24/7 job. But I've got to say, these wee soozes you have after your lunch and after your tea, they're starting to get longer and longer here. Am I slowing down? I'm going to try. But really, what I see Dornoch as is a town that's got the beach, the cathedral and the golf course, and attracting people who have to stay, who have to travel, who have to buy food, fill hotels, sleep somewhere, but also the Brora, Golfby, Tain and Dornoch. And I think when we have managed to create the same atmosphere that we had in the old clubhouse, in this new clubhouse, that's success. And that for me is, I'll die quite happily knowing that Dornoch is safe for the future, the town and the golf course and the golf club.
I think it would be very difficult to sum Willie up in 1 or 2 words. He was efficient. He was enthusiastic and really inspirational, I would say.
Dedicated, kind, fun. Ooh, I hadn't really thought of all these adjectives. You'll have to cut that. But he just built a lot of foundation golf up here. He was the driving force and everybody loved working with him.
Amazing, marvellous. Somebody to be respected and somebody to model yourself after. If we can have that selfless passion for making everybody else better, then that's what we should try and do.
He certainly deserves it. I think he'll be faintly embarrassed to begin with, and then we'll make sure he's proud.
So it is genuine, guys. You're not having me on.
It's real.
It's real. Well, Fraser Crawford's got a lot to answer for, I tell you, because it's not very often folk manage to pull the wool over Willie Hook's eyes. But loved it. Loved the morning. Thanks, boys.